Hi, Helena.
Hi, I'm happy to be here.
Yes, and I'm happy to invite you for my very first episode with a real person behind,
Yes.
not as introduction. And it's really interesting. We met each other like year before or more.
Yeah, I think a year or even more. Last year or last year. I can't even remember.
Yeah, me too. But immediately I remember the contact between us. So it was like
me
click.
too. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and especially it was an event for entrepreneurs.
Yes, it was the event entrepreneurs, and I think we already talked 20 minutes into like forgetting everybody else.
Yeah, and I remember that back then I just started my coaching career and first steps, and I was so excited about that. And I shared with you my vision, how I'd like to go further. And you were the person who really supported me, like emotionally. You were there, and you were so also excited about it. At least what I read in your eyes,
Yes,
and your reaction, and it was really, really what I needed to have back then.
I'm so happy for that because I hear this often. Like I am like a small cheerleader for my clients and for my friends. Like if I hear a dream, why not go for it? I mean, why not? What do you have to lose?
Fears.
So I'm always so small.
Fears.
Yeah, fears. You're the expert in this, in your life coaching path, but exactly. Somebody just needs some more motivation.
And fears are usually something really which don't exist. And we think that there's something between us and dream.
Yes.
But actually there is just, I don't know, nothing. Just imagination.
Yeah.
And so that is why I'm more than happy to see you here. You're at my very first episode of Curly Talks. And Helena, I know you, but other people don't know you. How would you introduce yourself?
That's a really good question because I feel like I have 13 personalities, like in a movie Split. No, I'm kidding, but I'm starting always like if you hear an accent, that's a strong Hungarian accent. So let me start with like that. And then I'm starting with my career, what I'm doing. And then I go on to that I'm already doing online marketing since 10 years. And I'm self-employed since 5 years. And that's the best decision I ever did. And this is why I'm such a cheerleader for everybody else who is trying freelancing, solopreneurship, anything that's with business related, because I am standing behind it. I think that's the way for people to live and for people to work.
Thank you so much. What I've noticed, so as a coach, so we notice also the energy behind the way how you speak, and the part when you speak about this your self-employed story and the 5 years. So wow, it is a big chapter of your life.
Yes.
And your like voice and energy has been changed. So I clearly hear that. And as I said you before our recording, so I truly believe that if I come to you, you will help me as a self-employed person and also to guide me through all the process and support me as a mentor, as a human being, as a professional. So I'm glad you are here. And today I checked your LinkedIn page because I know you personally, but then I was wondering, maybe I missed something.
What is she even doing?
Actually, what does she do? Who is she? So, and then I found really interesting moments for me because I know you as a marketing guru, as a person who knows how it works in LinkedIn marketing, but in a really like highly valued way. So not just to sell and to buy, you need it, but something really what stands behind. And I was like surprised. I've seen your Bachelor of Arts in Theater, Movies and Media Science. What was that? What's your like, what it is? Tell me. What you studied?
Yeah, as I mentioned, I'm Hungarian and I came to Vienna, I think 11 years ago, yes. And then I started my bachelor, this movie, theater and media sciences. And I started this because I couldn't decide. Like, that's my whole story. Like, I couldn't decide, do I want to do only movies? Do I only want to do theater? Because I already did small acting, on the side. And I also love media because I know that's the future. And I saw this option in Vienna, like theater, movie and media. And I'm like, jackpot, I'm starting this. So that's actually the origin because I am such multi-passionate person that I wanted to do all of three. And it was there. Amazing.
And once you finished, so how you came to this idea of marketing and mentorship?
Okay. I already worked 40 hours since I was in the bachelor. So while university, I already worked in an agency. This is why I have already 10 years experience, because I was like, I don't have time. I already want to do everything, university and also working. So I started in an online marketing agency. This is how my expertise is coming. And yes, I already did Snapchat campaigns and all the old school campaigns that everybody is forgetting. And I think 5 years in, then I felt like, why am I not doing this for myself? Why am I not starting my self-employment journey? Why am I not living out my wildest dreams? Because I have always some controversy or other ideas or wild ideas. And my chef was always like, I don't know, that's too wild for us. That's too much. And I was like, why playing small? Why not try it out? And then I became self-employed as with my small agency. And then with the years, so many of my friends and friends of friends saw that I'm thriving in it. And I helped them. I helped them to try their own version of self-employment. It shouldn't be social media, but some of them were photographers, IT programmers, etc. And I saw that when I helped them, when I did the sessions, the workshops, I had more energy than I started. And I was like, should I do this? Should I do mentoring? Should I help people try their own self-employment, their own business? And this is where I came, like, this is why I have two sides. I have an agency and also mentoring for solopreneurs.
Mm-hmm. And why do you think these people, that's your friends you mentioned, came to you for this advice and for this help?
Yeah.
What was special about you in this solo entrepreneurship in your case that they came to you?
I think because they saw how much I enjoy it. Because they saw I can live out my creative side, but I can also have this safety of income, because so many people think self-employment, having your own business is really risky. But once you get ahead of it, once you know the strategies and the structure of it, it can feel like the safety of a 9-to-5 job, but still living how you want it. And I think my friends felt that and saw also in my lifestyle, like, how the hell is Helena doing this? Like, enjoying life, coming with us and also doing on weekdays, free stuff, etc. And then still having a business. How is she doing it? And then I showed them.
Helena, that's my question now after your presentation, right? How do you do that? How it's possible?
I think it's possible because I'm combining creativity and also structure, because I tend to be a very creative, very chaotic person. And then I implemented, thank God for my agency years, structures, which I learned in my agency and also with my clients. And these are, for example, standard operating procedures. It's like a building, a foundation where I can't get loose. I can't forget things. So I can be creative. I can take my time off, but I still have my routines and my structure, so I don't feel lost. I don't know if it's answering your question in any way.
I think that's actually what many people miss when they follow like entrepreneurship or self-employed path, but starting with only idea at the beginning and this motivation and this energy, but forgetting about the structure.
Yeah.
And it's like, for me, it sounds, I have really good visionary part.
Yeah.
And so it's like tweaks. So there are two parts.
Yes, exactly.
And they're exactly the same length.
Yes.
Actually, otherwise you cannot.
It's a balance.
Yes.
It's definitely a balance, because if you have too much routine, because I have freelancer friends who came to me and felt like, Helena, I feel like I'm still in 9-to-5. I feel like I'm working from 9-to-5 and I feel like the same, only with the existential crisis. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't want that for you. And the thing is, they only copied what they saw in 9-to-5. They didn't explore how their life, how their daily life, their structure should look like for them. Because for example, I love to be outside in the nature. And this is how I structure my day. I work in the AM And then I go out in the afternoon. I enjoy myself, my life, because that's the whole point. And then maybe I'm working in the late afternoon from 6 till 8 p.m. And maybe for somebody else, it's not working, but for me, it's an amazing system where I can live my life and still have my clients be happy and have amazing reviews.
Helena, you're a perfect example for me because I work, I do live coaching with my coaches. And this is also the question, working from 9 till 5 out of energy. And you mentioned before that you realized that it's like mentoring, it's yours when you realize that how much energy you got afterwards. So the energy is the essence, how you measure if it's yours or not.
Exactly.
And then you mentioned that now you have a perfect balance because you know exactly what recharges you. And what recharges you is nature, to be in the nature. What else you can name that brings you more energy and supports you in daily routine?
It's definitely taking time, because in the beginning, I did the same as my freelancer friend who was struggling, because I felt like, oh my God, I also need to work from 9 to 5. So I didn't took time for myself. And I also thought I need to work 8 hours. But once you think about that, did I ever work 8 straight hours in the agency? No. I worked maybe 4 hours, and the left of 4 were some meetings, some coffee talks, etc. So once I had this aha moment, so I can't even work 8 hours straight, that gave me energy, the freedom, kind of deciding, okay, how I'm structuring these 8 hours. And as I mentioned, also working with my mentees and then hearing their success stories, I know it sounds like fake scenarios, but it's really giving me life. It's giving me energy. Once I see my WhatsApp notification, Helena, I got this client. I'm like, oh my God, as I had born a child.
How many children you have now, Helena?
And it's really giving me energy, and it's a motivation. Like, I know my stuff and people are using it and it's working. So that's fueling me.
I don't know if people who would hear it can feel it and can feel the sound, but I see you in front of me and I feel this energy.
Yeah.
So definitely, if you ask me if it's artificial and fake emotion, no, I can distinguish that.
Yeah.
So I really got this boost of energy from you now, and I know how it feels when you see the results of your support and work. The same with me in coaching.
Yes, it's for you coaching, the same.
Yeah, I don't tell people what to do, but if they, through my coaching process and the space and the process I provide them, when they see this aha moment or insights or get more energy, so I'm more than happy to see that. And of course, it's like all my children. It sounds really strange, but yes, I can feel it. I can relate.
I love strange metaphors.
Yeah, but it's great. I mean, metaphors. I also use often metaphors, and that's the way how I can not understand you, but literally feel what you say. So it's more about feeling.
Like the Twix metaphor, I love
that. Yeah, yes, and it just came to me just out of the blue, and so this mentorship thing.
Yes.
And what kind of people, or maybe maybe you have some niche in terms of mentees who come to you, or what do you see? What is people?
I feel like I attract, first of all, only women. And then I switched it also only for women, because I felt
But was it a goal for you from the very beginning on purpose or not?
No, it was not on purpose, but I attracted a lot of women. And then I did also group programs, and I felt like, okay, they feel more open and vulnerable and belonging if they are only women. So I was like, okay, I'm maybe going into this route, working only with women. And the other side, I don't have a niche, like I don't have a specific industry where I'm telling you, like, I only work with social media managers. I have several types of business owners. The thing that's similar for all of them are a little bit on the spiritual side, which I love, which I find it very interesting. And most of them are also more quiet, more introverted, and also very much in their head. So they have hundreds of thoughts, hundreds of ideas, overwhelmed, overthinking, and they need somebody who gives them clarity, strategy, and also action. Like, okay, stop thinking, let's go into action.
Oh, the spiritual. And what it mean for you, spirituality? What it is, spiritual people?
Spiritual people, I find it interesting because it's obviously a broad word, a broad general thing, but those women who I attracted were like, okay, this is a sign that we are now here. And even the introduction, when we do our introduction in the group program, it was goosebumps. Everybody who who said something about themselves, it was like, oh my God, we are a puzzle piece for each other. Like everybody, they are doing different things, but it was a puzzle piece. Somebody is a yoga teacher, somebody is a Pilates teacher, somebody is a photographer, somebody is that, and they are combining each other. And this is how it came also for a lot of cooperations with him in my rooms. Like they are really fitting amazing puzzle pieces together.
Wow, that's great. So it's like team spirit. Though they come to you for the solo way, so you help them to build their business and brand.
Yes.
But somehow that's my feeling that they find each other support, also like a complementary.
Yes, exactly.
So cooperation. It's even more. Now I see it's not only mentoring, just supporting you, only one person, but also supporting as a community.
Yeah.
And together we are stronger.
Yeah.
And each of us has something that the other person doesn't have. And together in this diversity, we are so strong. So that's amazing. And what they tell you when you do you have, by the way, graduation day?
Graduation
day.
And
so
we have a closing ceremony and we have weekly, they need to learn to share their wins because I need to really practice with them, like celebrate every fucking thing, everything you have, every win. Like you did your website, amazing, let's celebrate it. You have a discovery call, let's celebrate it. So we do weekly celebrations and also closing ceremony. And what I wanted to say, I'm always doing in the end a feedback form. Like I want to hear what should I improve, etc. And the one thing or two things that came out for everybody, like the group, like the community vibe, which I never thought that's the main amazing point for them. And also that they go into action. That was for me also an aha moment. Like I thought they were going to say, oh my God, my workshops were amazing. But they were like the group, the feeling, the co-working, the motivation, the drive. That was the most amazing point for them. And I was like, okay.
And what was for you the outcome when you planned this mentorship groups? So how you imagine your outcome or in the end of the grouping or mentoring class?
Do you mean for my mentees?
Yeah, so we've heard their feedback, and it was totally different what you expected.
Yeah. So, yes. Okay.
What was your plan initially, like before the first group?
Before the first group, I was like, that's only strategy. They need structure. They need sales. They need social media knowledge. They need marketing knowledge. And then within the group, with the feedbacks, with the several groups which I started, I saw like they need mindset. They need a softer approach. They need, strategy, but also the spirituality. So I learned to combine it, and I learned also for myself because I was very much on the analytical side because I know so many of them need this. But so many of them also need this, I see you, I see your fears, I know your challenges. And also in the group setting, like they are able to be open to share, like, I'm feeling shameful on the number, what's in my bank account. Let's work on this. And this is why I love that you're going to be the life coach in our next round. I'm so happy and I love it because there's so many work. Last year, we also had a guest and it was tearful. We cried and it was happy cries, but also sad cries. And it was such cathartic. And I'm so happy that you're here this year because I can't wait to...
Now I have those goosebumps.
I literally can't wait to uncover for them all their blocks, their sabotaging, their limiting beliefs, and to feel more confident for them.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. Yeah. Thank you so much for inviting me to be part of your program. I decided to be a coach because for me, the most powerful in the moment when I see the person meet his or her own potential.
Mm-hmm.
And they just break these blocks and patterns, and they realize, actually, I don't have any like problems or any obstacles.
I love it.
And when I see these emotions, I feel like, oh my God, I'm so happy. I can't even, happiness is not, it's not the right word for me.
Yeah.
So it's something more. I feel it just inside, like physically.
Yeah.
So I'm absolutely happy that you invited me, and I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely right. So what you started first and what's your idea first was strategy. So you wanted to give them instruments in their hand,
yes,
and teach them how to use these instruments.
Yes.
But actually, if we know why, sometimes the very funny thing that sometimes people come to me to coaching and say, I want this. And then you ask, so why? Why it is so valuable for you to have these things done, or to do these things, or to be in that project? They cannot respond actually why. Only, I don't know, because their parents will be proud of him or her, but not really the essence, the high, meaningful and mission behind that.
Yes.
So that could be like more this like layers in us,
yes,
not obvious. And this mindset, as you mentioned,
yeah,
mindset is a miracle. Once we shift mindset, everything else could be a piece of cake.
Yeah.
And that's brilliant that you came to this point, and your feedbacks of these people shows clearly that's what exactly they need.
Yeah.
And also, I'm happy to hear this thing that you are, you didn't set exactly the outcome what you want to see in the end of your mentorship program, because actually it's very individual for all those
It's
people.
Really individual. It's really different.
They found what they were looking for.
Yeah. Yeah, and I love to make it a dynamic, breathable, livable thing, because I really listen to their feedbacks and I listen to what they actually need, because I can plan it ahead. But if these 10 people don't want what I planned, why should I be so rigid? Why shouldn't I be more flexible and listen to them what they actually need? So I think that's also a big USP, big difference in my program. I try to make it more dynamic. I listen to them and then I change things up. For example, last year we did our opening ceremony here in our space live, and everybody was like, oh my God, we have goosebumps. We love it live. We can see each other. Couldn't we do this every week? Because I have every week workshops. And I actually planned it per Zoom, but I was like, why not? I mean, why not? Why shouldn't we do it live? And then switch it up.
Post-COVID syndrome. We really want to see.
We need human touch. We need
this human warmth. So it's not just Zoom. Yeah, we see each other.
Exactly. It's such, and the energies are different. Yes. And there comes again the spiritual side. Like the energy in the room was different.
Yeah, and energy is the key. So we cannot deny this fact that we are energy. And usually I give this not exercise, but example. Some people are too much captured in the thoughts, logic, and so on. And I think it's also partly the possibility for them just to block the feeling part, the soul part, the energy part. But okay, simple example. Sometimes we like people we meet, sometimes we don't like people that we meet. How we can not judge, but decide how we can feel it. And sometimes we feel just immediately, I just don't like this person.
Yes.
How come? So that's also the energy. Energy speaks. And there is no need for us to explain and to understand exactly. Not our person, not our people. So energy is the key. Yeah. And I just also would like to come back to your points that you were like to spend your time in nature. So you found your energy, like energy boost and energy source. And I would like all people really to hear themselves, like what takes my energy and what gives me energy. That's really important awareness about ourselves.
Yes, it's so important, but I learned it too late, I would like to say.
Too late. You're 90 years old.
No, I'm saying because in my 9 to 5, I never worked on mindset or personality development. I was like, yeah, I'm working. Yeah, it's amazing. But once I started my business, I learned that mindset and awareness and energies and intuition are so much important. They are like 80% of your success. And the 9 to 5 Helena would say, oh my God, you are stupid. No, that's not true. But it's really like that.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I think you're so right that knowing what's energy draining and energy giving is such a value for persons.
And you know what? I'm just cut myself thinking that I'm the part of program as the life coach,
Yes.
but I really want to be also a part of program just as the mentee. So it's really inspiring what you just shared.
I'm so happy.
Yes, and if we come to the point like pure or really dry facts about the mentorship program. So how long does it take to finish it? What the components of the programs and why your potential mentee should be there?
Yes, I always like to say I give you the logical answer and also the emotional answer. So the logical is we have 12 weeks together. I started with 9 weeks, but I saw we need more time with the mindset, with the money mindset, etc. So we have 12 weeks together. We have the summer together. And that's also a big point for so many people. Like they're saying, I don't want to work in the summer. And I'm like, perfect. And you are not the right fit for the program because I chose summer because I want those people who are ready to work in the summer and ready to go out in September where the clients come back and you have the full foundation to get those clients.
I hear strategic part now.
Yes, that's strategic. Yes.
Very nice.
I also architected the modules. We have almost every week a workshop and every week a very important topic that you need for your business. We start with target group definition because so many people say, yes, my target group are 30-year-old women. I'm like, that's not the psychographic of your target group. That's so 2002. That's too old.
Yeah, I've heard it.
Yes. And then we go further. We go on the offer. We look at your product suite because that's not enough to have one offer. There is also a strategy behind how you stack your offers. We also have psychology in the pricing. So we go step by step what you need in your business. The main point, what so many of my solopreneur mentees need is sales and marketing knowledge. So these are more weeks, more workshops, which I included because that's a very important topic because most of them come to me like, Helena, I need clients. And I know that's a big pain for them. And then we also have some extra modules like life coach session, like manifestation, money mindset, and also an extra sales coach. So I really constructed an experience of 12 weeks where you have the full foundation of a functioning, working, sustainable business. And I really want them to feel like they are safe because I know so many solopreneurs feel like I can't do this. I feel like I won't earn the next month. I don't have any money. And I want them to have the structure to know in December how much money I'm going to earn. That's my goal.
Wow, that sounds so like strategic, but on the other hand, logical. On the other hand, what I feel, it's not too much, not too pushy, but exactly what each of them needs. So we are all different. And as also I've noted that before, so it seems that they got what they really want, what they really need.
Yes.
So they develop themselves in really individual way. And so it's really from different sides. And it's not only about just selling you some, I don't know, ear, but also like really all around sales, but also brand, but also person, because the core is person.
Exactly. Yes.
So if you feel good, energized, you understand what you're doing, what you really want. And in terms of money, it's important. Yes, we cannot deny the fact. And sometimes even I had this issue. Somebody asked me before, like, okay, how much would you like to earn? And I was like, no, actually, so yes, I want money. And that's now I understand how crucial is that to understand where you're going.
Yeah, but that's also a big step for so many people, especially for spiritual women, to tell, I want more money. I mean, they are even shameful to say this sentence. They don't want to, because they are like, I want to do impact. I know you want to do impact, but you also want a sustainable, healthy business. And therefore you need structures also.
And in terms of money, I remember I had some classes for self-employed people who would like to be self-employed. A couple years ago, I did this step towards self-employed, and then I had so many fears. So I stepped away, and I was thinking, okay, maybe not now.
Yeah.
Now I think totally different. But there was a really nice workshop about, I don't remember even the name, but something to do with money. And the teacher, the lecturer, trainer, let's say, she asked us, okay, stand up and say how much costs your 1 hour of your work, service, and anything or product. And even according to our voice, how we say that, she answered, no, I don't believe. It doesn't cost like this. It doesn't cost 100
€100. I'm exactly like that.
And I was like,
direct.
Direct. But actually, it's really good feedback, because sometimes we're just surprised why nobody buys our product or service or something, because we don't believe in ourselves.
Yeah.
We just we're just asking for excuse. Like, I'm sorry, but I need 100 euros.
Exactly.
So it sounds like that.
Especially women.
Yes, totally.
And the thing is, so many people don't know that there is mini mimic resonance. So people can instantly feel if you don't stand behind it. And they can also feel it via social media. It's not needed to be live. So if you don't stand behind what you offer and your pricing, people won't buy. Or they hardly
And again,
buy.
it's energy also. So they feel your hesitation, not yours, but hesitation of the person. And that was for me so visible. I was thinking, oh my God, that's the answer. So I don't hear it. Should I record myself? But really, it's really helpful. So the money also comes through the energy.
Exactly. Yeah.
And they are not, and I think that money, they just attribute. And they will come if you are aligned with yourself, with your goals, with who you are. And that's what happens. So 12 weeks, it's really, the person can be changed 180 degrees.
Yeah.
So I hope not 360.
No, but 360, I'm like, that's the same point. Working.
I'm making the joke. Recently, I've seen like couple posts on Instagram about that. And now I'm a totally different person, like 360. I was like, okay,
same perfectly.
Yeah, you did so. So
that's some subconscious mind telling you are the same person.
Actually, yes, maybe, yes. But I didn't do. I don't do usually the comments. 180. So okay, maybe we'll tell that personally, but not publicly.
Yeah,
that's really nice mentorship idea. So now I feel even more like part of that, but also emotionally.
You are part of that. You are going with the journey.
But now I feel like, this energetically and emotionally more. So I felt it, but now I'm really into that. And I'm so happy that we have like the same feeling about the people and the outcome and so on. So it's really, I'm on the cloud number 9. But what I've also noticed on your LinkedIn, so it's different part of yours. It's LinkedIn B2B, it's marketing, as I understood. What it is about?
Yeah, so as I said, I have multiple personalities. Therefore, why shouldn't I have 2 businesses? Like every multi-passionate entrepreneur.
I can feel it, yes.
I have my mentoring business that's mainly on Instagram, because B2C is more on Instagram side. But I have also a B2B business, that's the agency side, where I have bigger companies like with 20, 50 employees. And there I do social media and online marketing for them. That's a whole different vibe. This is why I only talk about that on LinkedIn and also at networking events. And that's also my older business. So this is what I started even earlier. And as I mentioned, 10 years of online marketing. Of course, I'm going to start an agency. It's like, it's coming so easy for me.
I like your accent. Of course.
Yeah. And so that's the B2B side. So I'm doing LinkedIn for bigger companies, B2B companies. Yeah.
And how it feels? Are you a different person when you work as mentor and you work as the consulting? How it's these 2 Helenas? They are super different, or they have some overlap?
They are a little bit different, and how I feel afterwards is so much different, because I had this realization last year, like the work is so different, because yes, I love my agency clients. I love them dearly because I love them. But it's such a different work when I work with mentees, because just let's face it, when I have my agency client, like they have a big company, they are already doing millions. My LinkedIn posts, they are going to help them to make sales. But is it going to change their life? Not really. I mean, they're happy, but But when I'm helping my mentees to get 5 more clients, it's literally changing their daily life. They're moving to Italy. They're moving to somewhere else because they already have the money. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm helping you to really accomplish your dreams. It's such a different vibe. And I personally, I'm more reserved with my agency clients because these are big CEOs. Of course, I'm very direct, and the Hungarian, the direct side is coming out.
I know
and
how
joking,
I know.
but I'm very more like a big sister on my mentoring side. I'm more I would say more human. I'm more on eye level with them.
But also I can feel that it's your tweaks, as I named it.
Yes.
So it's more about strategic part of you, this B2B business, and your like soul energy and spiritual part is solopreneurs.
Exactly like that. Because B2B, the agency side, is only strategy. I don't ever have to do any mindset. I can't even mention spirituality because these CEOs are like, I don't have time for that. Yeah. But my solopreneurs are desperately needing for that. My mentees, they want to hear that, they want help also in this area of their life.
But actually what also I notice about business, so sometimes we think that business should be really dry, strategic, but the thing that, and they have some struggles with strategic, where to go, how, but if you work with, that's my learnings and my experience also, if you work with CEOs or leadership or really they understand themselves, they understand how their values and mission personal aligned with the mission and direction of the company, they can literally feel, the soul of the company. And that's how it's really so aligned that the strategy is like how and what to do is not a problem at all. Because it goes like from upper levels of like more like human levels and everything else is just details. So maybe it's also some kind of combination.
I think we should do a cooperation because I'm giving my clients only strategy, like how should you do a launches, go-to-market strategy, and you're giving them the coaching, the leadership, the soul of the company, as you said.
And soul is very important. I was thinking like business and business, and then I had some practice with like leaders, and when they realize for what more, like what the value they actually do for themselves as a human being, and which kind of emotions they expect from their end customers. Like what this end customer comes to him or her and say, thank you for what?
Exactly.
And if they imagine, like if they feel it. So everything inside will be done, like cooked, very nice. And that's,
Cooked, very nice. I love how you say it.
Yeah. And I think it's also part of your personality, not only these dry facts, strategies, but also,
I think it's also refreshing because I'm coming in there and I'm already cracking jokes and I'm not ashamed to be myself, even with CEOs. I'm really not kind of acting differently. I'm just more sisterhood vibe with my mentees.
It sounds really warm, I would say.
Yeah.
And also I've noted that you have, you call it boutique agency and the vibe for good, right? The name of agency.
Yeah, the vibe of more. Yes.
The vibe of more. The vibe of more.
Yeah.
And can you explain what it is, the vibe of more?
The vibe of more is definitely my personality because I'm not ashamed to say that I'm always striving for more. I was always an ambitious person, and it's also saying on my, my business card, like I want to connect with people who also want more. Who, yes, you are grateful for your life, but you are striving for more. You are those kind of personalities. So this is how my business name, my brand name came, the vibe of more. And I love it because it's fitting also for the CEOs. Obviously, they are very ambitious people, but also for my mentees because they want also more. So this is my head name, vibe of more.
It's like so these two sides of you, LinkedIn and B2B and mentorship story are combined under the roof of vibe of more.
Yes.
Yeah. That's like a motto of yours, and then you transmit it. And actually people will come to you exactly who share this motto, who share this vision of life.
I really feel like I attract the exact perfect persons. And this comes again, the spiritual vibe, like I'm trusting the right people are coming. I'm fully trusting.
Yeah. And I have a question usually asked during my coaching session.
Yes.
Which question you expected from my side, but I haven't asked you?
Which question?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. From your side. Maybe how I imagine the sessions with you. What do I imagine with the live coaching sessions with you?
Wow, that's interesting. I'm curious to know your answer, please, Helena. Now you have to.
I imagine, I'm also very visual type, so I imagine the woman like very open. I imagine a quiet energy in the room. I imagine it live. I think it will be live. And I imagine breakthroughs, like going really deep one-on-one and also in a group, finding their limiting beliefs, finding maybe they felt all their life they are not enough. And then breaking through that and having this like the phoenix from the ashes, like this energy and this build up and this confidence. I imagine the sessions with you like that.
Wow, thank you so much for this answer. Just to explain to everybody who will listen that I haven't agreed this question before, so I was really open to hear everything, and that was part like now you just like ball on my side.
Yes.
But I wanted to ask you about your personal experience during this mini interview. Mm-hmm. What was your one or maybe two insights about yourself during this conversation?
Also a very good coaching question. I see expert in a question. Maybe I need some time for this answer.
Or maybe awareness, not really example, but awareness, like something that's actually interesting.
You know what? Like I'm a little bit complicated person. That's maybe a little bit harder to understand what I do because I do so many things, and maybe that's a little bit chaotic on the outside or the external. But I'm happy to explain it afterwards. But that's maybe an insight for me, like that the people understand, oh my God, what is she doing? Is she doing agency side, the B2B, but also mentoring? How is she doing that? Who is her target, etc. Maybe this.
Yeah, now I feel even more than we met not accidentally. Yeah. So I tried my best, let's put this way, to choose who am I? Am I singer because I also have my own music?
Yes.
Am I a business development manager because I used to be a business development manager for a company and I used to work for years, and then before I was legal advisor and then coaching since more than 1 year. Mm-hmm. And who am I? I should also focus on something. But then since a couple of months, I realized I'm all of that. So my focus on singing, on coaching, but also coaching not only live and one-to-one, but group coaching as well, and business coaching, because I mentioned you that at the essence, the core is a person. If it's business, if it's personal life, whatever, in different aspects, but person. Yeah. So, and I just realized how nice is that. And okay, music, what I'm going to do with music? Let's combine it. So I'm thinking about coaching performance also with combination, some singing part. So I love it. That's why when you explain like I'm like complex person in terms of the areas, I think it's brilliant because for you can combine different aspects of your personalities, and that's how you can be really, really useful for more people, not just one type of character or one type of focus. Yes. So you are like chameleon, but in positive ways. So you do more. Yeah. Yes, I also realized it just recently. So basically,
I love it.
Yeah,
I love because accidents don't exist.
Yes,
and
don't exist.
That should be. That's divine timing. I love it.
And that's the essence of, so as you mentioned also, we are like puzzle of big picture, all of us. And if we give this energy to somebody else and receive it maybe from some other side. Yes. But it gives the humanity more.
That. Yeah.
And that's how it works. That's my observations also. Yeah. And I asked you at the beginning about short introduction about you. In the end of the session, how would you introduce yourself?
I love that you do that. First of all, I love, because I can't even remember what I said. But I would introduce myself as a multi-passionate business owner who has two sides of a business, or two businesses, I would say, like a B2B agency side and also a mentoring side for solopreneurs. And I love that about me. And as you said, you opened my eye for that it's not a bad thing to be as complicated or multi-passionate. why not see the gifts in it? Why not see the USP, the combination out of it? So thank you for this insight.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Maybe you have some couple words. What would you like to share with your potential mentees, or just generally for the people?
I would love for you, if you're thinking about starting a business, try it out. What do you have to lose? I'm literally saying this to you. What do you have to lose? What is your worst case scenario back to 9 to 5? That's for everybody else the best case scenario. So why not try it out? I think that's my main message, which I would love to poster it, placate it everywhere where I go. Try it out.
Yeah. Thank you, Helena, for sharing your stories. I really liked that I got to know even more about you as a personality, because that's the drivers, your inner values, your inner energy, what drives. And I appreciate your time, and thank you to have this interview with me. I'm looking forward to your mentor program, and I'm already preparing my part as a life coach. Looking forward for that.
Me too, and I'm also so happy to be here. I'm also so happy to be the first guest and to be able to be in your podcast. I loved every minute of it.
Yeah, and I have a feeling that's not the last podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.